Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be talking about if Patrick Mahomes will play and the 5-step process that it will take for Mahomes to successfully go through the NFL concussion protocol and be allowed to play in the AFC Championship game against the Buffalo Bills in about 6 days, and at the time of this recording, the Kansas City Chiefs. But that will probably be at about halfway through the video. But hopefully Patrick Mahomes does play so the game is better, and I wish Mahomes nothing but the best in his recovery. But Patrick Mahomes was injured in the third quarter of the AFC divisional round against the Cleveland Browns on a third down option where Mahomes took it and ran. Mack Wilson tackled Mahomes and made a bit of contact with his neck on the tackle, but Mahomes just took a really hard fall on the 0-yard run. The Chiefs quarterback then tried to get up but stumbled and his teammates had to catch him. Mahomes then went to the blue injury tent on the sideline for a second time this game after an injury on his toe kept him in the blue tent during one of the Browns' possessions earlier in this contest. After a few minutes, Patrick Mahomes ran into the locker room, which is encouraging for the future that he did run, then took the in-game concussion protocol. He answered a list of questions, and doctors will determine if he comes back in the game. They determined that it was not safe for Mahomes to go back in the game, and he was announced as out. So the Chiefs had to play with Chad Henne as their quarterback. Chad Henne then kept the lead for the Chiefs, including a run on 3rd and 14 for 13 yards and a gutsy option play on 4th and 1 with a minute left to clinch the game for the Chiefs on a play that looked like a hard count, pretty much fooled everyone. But I'll first talk about some news on the Mahomes injury, then I'll talk about the concussion protocol steps and my prediction on if he will play. In the post-game conference, Andy Reid said he got hit in the back of the head and it kind of knocked the wind out of him and everything else with it, so he took him out. He's doing great right now, which is a real positive as we looked at this. He passed all the deals that he needed to pass, so we'll see where it goes from here. Andy Reid also said he's actually doing very well. I just talked to him and he's doing good. We'll see how he is Monday, but right now he's good. Chad Henne in the post-game conference said almost the same thing, saying, I talked to Patrick in the locker room. He's in good spirit. Obviously, we'll see with all the testing for him Monday, but he's in good spirit. On Monday, Andy Reid then said, we'll follow that and see how he does the next couple of days. Carrington Harrison, who works for Kansas City Sports Radio, said, Patrick passed all the tests last night. He didn't actually hit his head. There's a nerve in his neck that got tweaked that just got him out of it. He's getting tested done on his neck and his nerve/neck, but did clear all the tests last night. It sounds like Patrick Mahomes does not have a concussion, but just a tweaked nerve, which is good, but he was put in the NFL's concussion protocol, and that was announced by the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go through the 5 steps in the concussion protocol and see if Patrick Mahomes could pass these 5 steps and be available to play against the Bills. The first step in the concussion protocol is called symptom limited activity, and it's pretty much rest and recovery. And Patrick Mahomes will have a lot of rest in the next probably few days, but however long that phase takes, and will not be doing a lot of physical activity that could lead to a return of concussion symptoms over that phase. The only things he'll be allowed to do is working on balancing, stretching, and some very light aerobic work. And if he gets no concussion symptoms, at least no new concussion symptoms over that step, then he can go to the next phase. Before I get into the second phase, if you could subscribe to the channel, that means so much to me, as this is my dream job and most people that watch these videos are not subscribed. Also, the background music is made by my sister, and music link is in the description if you want to see more. The second step is aerobic exercise. In this phase, Mahomes is able to incorporate more stuff into his work, like running on a treadmill or riding a stationary bike, but all with the medical staff directly watching him the entire time. The Chiefs starting quarterback would also be able to do more stretching in this phase. The goal of the phase would be able to increase how long and how much Mahomes works out. If the concussion symptoms don't get worse or he doesn't get any new symptoms, he'd go on to the next phase. Phase 3 is football-specific exercise. This step is when the team can introduce football activities. Mahomes would be allowed to do strength training sessions that are 30 minutes or less. These exercises would be all supervised by the medical staff. He's still monitored for concussion symptoms on this stage. Phase 4 will be a huge step for Mahomes training if he gets to it, and this is non-contact football activities. This phase is where Mahomes can begin throwing, running, or doing other quarterbacks activities. On this phase, other than the medical staff looking for concussion symptoms, he'll have to go through a neurocognitive testing, but if he passes that, he gets the last phase of the concussion protocol. In phase 5, if Mahomes passes everything, then he'll have to get tested by an independent neurologist consultant that has been assigned to the club, and if he is cleared, then he'll be allowed to play in the AFC Championship game. I do predict that Patrick Mahomes will play, as all signs are good for now about Mahomes. It doesn't sound like he has a concussion, probably just had a stinger. I am rooting for him to play, not because I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm actually rooting for the Bills to win the game, but because the game would be entertaining, and it's horrible to see, especially such a young player get taken out with an injury like this. But yeah, guys, that's the video, so thanks for watching, be healthy, stay safe, and peace.